The next one is to indicate how long someone has been doing something that continues in the present. Often, many students get confused with this because even though the action may have started in the past, it's something that you are continuing in the future. Therefore, it has to be shown in the present tense. For example, if you have been going to piano lessons or guitar lessons for 3 years, um, even though the action started 3 years ago, it's still continuing in the present time. Therefore, you need to use the present tense. So, an example would be, and I'll use a third person plural this time. Loro suonano la chitarra da 2 anni. Loro suonano la chitarra da 2 anni. So they have been playing the guitar for 2 years. Another example, è già 2 anni che vado alla palestra. È già 2 anni che vado alla palestra. It has already been 2 years that I've been going to the gym. È già 2 anni che vado alla palestra. So these are both actions that have started in the past, however, are still continuing in the present time. Therefore, we need to use the present tense, not the past tense, not the passato prossimo or the imperfetto. Okay, the next one. To describe something that is occurring all the time. An example of this would be il Papa vive a Roma. Okay, the Pope lives in Rome. This is something that is occurring all the time, something that doesn't change, doesn't have tense. It happened in the past, it's happening in the present, and it will happen in the future. Il Papa vive a Roma. The next one is to refer to an action that will take place in the immediate future or to ask for instructions, and the use of the future tense is not required. So 2 examples for this would be che cosa faccio adesso and ti chiamo dopo. So what will I do now? And I'll call you later. So this is asking for an instruction. What will I do now? And we don't need to use the future tense. In this example, use the present tense for the verb fare, which is an irregular verb, and it's conjugated to io faccio. And here we've got chiamarsi. Sorry, chiamare, not chiamarsi, that's a reflexive verb. Chiamare, so I will call you, or to call someone. So ti chiamo dopo, I will call you later. Even though it's something that will happen in the immediate future, we use the present tense, not the future tense. Here are the 3 main verb conjugations for the present tense. So are verbs have these endings, so you drop the are and you add these endings. Ere verbs the same, and ire verbs are the same as ere, except for second person plural. The only time these endings apply even for irregular verbs. So for example, andare, vado, vai, va, andiamo, andate, vanno, except with vanno it will have double N. And some verbs do have a double N with the ARE, so ANNO. For example, fanno, vanno, danno, anno. That's just with the third person irregular verbs that will have a double N. Not all the time, it doesn't occur all the time, but these are just some verbs that you'll just need to learn. And remember that in the third person plural, with irregular verbs, the ending is also slightly irregular with a double N. Next, just quickly, is going through how to make a sentence negative in Italian. So we need to use this word here, non, when making a sentence negative. So for example, just going back up to one of these examples up here. So Maria arriva con il treno oggi pomeriggio. If Maria isn't arriving by train this afternoon, you would say Maria, and the non goes before the verb, so non arriva con il treno oggi pomeriggio. Maria non arriva con il treno oggi pomeriggio. And we have the word non here to make it negative. If someone was to ask a question, Maria arriva con il pullman, and you're to answer the question, and the answer is no, she's arriving by train. No, Maria non arriva con il pullman, arriva con il treno. So here, to answer a question, we'll need to use the word no. But we still need to include the word non before the verb. Okay, no, Maria non arriva con il pullman. We still need this word here to make the sentence negative. Just that takes me to the next point with double negatives. In English, double negatives are a no-no. You can't say I don't have nothing, or I do not have nothing. So we've got negative and a negative here. In English, that is a big no-no. You can't have two negatives in a sentence. In other words, a double negative. However, in Italian, double negatives are grammatically correct. So an example of this would be, I dei soldi per andare al cinema. Hai dei soldi per andare al cinema? No, non ho niente. So do you have some money to go to the movies? No, I don't have nothing. So non, don't have, and niente, nothing. So you can see here in this example that we have a double negative, and that is correct, grammatically correct in Italian, to have a double negative.